Greetings, Smelik here, and welcome to an anniversary edition of my Minecraft Map History series. Yes, this month, April, marks the 1-year anniversary of this series, and in fact, the 4-year anniversary of my reviewing Minecraft maps in general. I have covered month by month maps that I reviewed from 2011, 2012, and 2013. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about maps from 2014. At the end of this series, I will have reviewed almost 800 maps for Minecraft. 125 of those maps were reviewed in 2014 before I changed my scale, and then I went back and re-reviewed some of those and added some more for a total of 80 more maps. So in total, I reviewed 205 maps in the year of 2014. That is too many to talk about in one episode, so I've decided to split this into two. The first episode, I'm going to cover the non-adventure maps. That includes survival maps, puzzle, parkour, multi-genre, game maps, CTM maps, creation maps that stand out in my mind from 2014. In the second episode, I'm going to focus on 10 adventure maps that I felt were awesome. Now, the maps I talk about in this series may not be playable in Minecraft 1.8.3. All the links will be in the description. Check out those threads to find out what version of Minecraft you should set up in your profile editor. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about 10 adventure maps that really stick out to me from my experiences in 2014. The first 7 are maps that all have something in common. In fact, quite a few things in common. The visual style, whether it be through the build or through the special effects, as well as the audio effects, combine very, very well to tell overall stories. And that's what adventure maps are about, in fact, is the stories. These are the cutting edge from 2014. The first one I'm going to talk about is Bane of the Pumpkin Lord by Deathwind31. This story has a very classic fantasy adventure feel, in which you are the son of a somewhat mysterious character, going around doing quests for various villagers and slowly unraveling a bigger mystery in the village. The highlight for this one in my mind, again, some of the special effects, but in particular, the Moonlight Pumpkin Patch. The next map that I want to talk about for 2014 is Alien, A Crafter's Isolation by Xander369. There is a fairly famous movie series out there that starts with a movie called Alien, and there's a recent video game called Alien Isolation. This takes that video game and transports it into Minecraft. This map uses many game mechanics that are very unique, including an alien detector that will beep faster as the alien gets closer, and several mechanics that allow you to hide when the alien gets close and allows you to play on further. One of the things I really like about this map is it doesn't feel like you're in Minecraft. It feels like you're in a spaceship and there is not much hope for your future. Speaking of hope for the future, the next map I'm going to review is Dead World by Raptor SpinoRex. Dead World is one of your classic post-apocalypse zombie stories, and like the Walking Dead series, it not only focuses on players versus zombie stories, but also the player versus other human inhabitants of the world. Now, one of the coolest things about this map in my mind was that your base grows over time. As you collect different items, you can turn in blueprints and add buildings to your base, and those buildings unlock additional functions like scouting parties that can bring back more gear. Really, really cool touch for an adventure map. And what is it that maybe caused that zombie apocalypse? For that, we're going to look at a map by Bauwks called Crack in the World. Basically, you are stranded in a very small town, and you start unraveling some secrets at the behest of the local mayor. This map features some very cool scripted events and a pretty staggering special effect at the ending. One of the very first maps that took full advantage of Minecraft 1.8 special effects. Another short map that takes advantage of some very cool special effects a la Minecraft resource packs is the Genius Machine by the Bauwks. Now this map was built in only 72 hours. It contains some really amazing looking special effects and gorgeous builds, as well as a very humorous storyline. I really can't say too much about it because it is a very short map, but you should definitely check this one out. I suddenly have a weird taste for burritos. Alright, so you know where you can get really good burritos? In prison. Hey, that's what they tell me, or at least that's what I learned from Slamecraft's map, the Iron Rose. This is one of the pre-1.8 maps that I played in 2014, in which you are escaping from a prison. Again, special effects, interesting story, and this one features quite a bit of interesting navigation, as well as interaction with other characters for things like custom potion crafting. The next adventure map that I'm talking about from 2014 is part of the Tate Worlds collection, and it's called the Pool of London. This one was created by the common people, Sparks, Dragnos, and a team of map makers who have been commissioned to take famous works of art and turn them into fully interactable Minecraft maps. This is the second of those maps from 2014, with the next one planned to come out in the summer of 2015. In Pool of London, you are following the trail of an artist through old-time London, finding out the history of various pigments that were used to make the colors of this map, and each of those pigments leads you through a unique little adventure or a puzzle. There's sort of a horror theme, there's some parkour themed, there's some combat themed areas. It's a very nice mix that all comes together under one interesting storyline. Certainly worth checking out if you are a fan of Minecraft as an art form. Now the last three adventure maps that I'm going to talk about from 2014 are super special to me because they were all created as part of a vanilla challenge, and they all took many months to make. Why is that, you ask? Because every single block, item, or piece of gear in these maps were created, that is, mined and crafted by hand in survival mode. These three maps were created as part of my Vanilla Challenge 2. No creative mode, no MC Edit, no external tools, no command blocks, pure survival Minecraft, creating a custom map that is playable. These maps are If the Answer is No by Felonious Wizard, which has a sci-fi sort of futuristic Who Are You theme, Storm Haze by Cold Fusion Gaming, which is a classic fantasy in which you come across some quite humorous NPCs and some really awesome visual builds. The last of which is The Color of Infinity by myself. In this map, you are a bit part actor in a sci-fi movie being filmed in the Tunisian desert. All of the visuals that you see are sets in a movie as you go from scene to scene, and along the way you will come to make some very important choices about your future role in the movie, as well as some choices that could affect your love life. So those were 10 adventures that were played and reviewed by myself in 2014. They stand out among the 205 maps that I played in 2014 as the cream of the crop, and I hope that you will go back and enjoy them. Links in the description. In addition to the maps that I talk about in this series, please know that I had 3 other map making related series in 2014. The first of which is This Happened, where Jigarbov and myself, and sometimes other map making friends, played random maps off the Minecraft forums. These were maps that had an interesting title, no screenshots, and very little description. We took what we got and we played it, and we had a lot of fun. A lot of laughs in this series. The other thing I did in 2014 was launched a series called The Curator, which was inspired by a guy named Cthulhu 2. Basically, this was a survival world where I could do vlogs and build videos, but I also built a vault in which I housed map reviews. I plan to keep this as a sort of ongoing living museum. And last but not least, I joined the guys on the Limited Engagement podcast, where each episode talks about map making, what's new in maps, and general map making topics. So I hope you enjoy the nostalgia of looking back at custom maps in Minecraft, and I look forward to seeing you in my 2015 edition.